Alright folks, today we're going to talk about something very interesting, something that I deeply understand, and that is why a lot of entrepreneurs work really hard but their income barely scales, and why some entrepreneurs are able to break that ceiling and make a lot of money compared to actually working really hard. There are three important things we're going to discuss around this. Number one is how to break your income plateau ceiling. Number two is how to make sure that the amount of skills you have is the same amount of money you're making instead of high skill and low money. And finally, the kind of mindset you need to have to make this much money. Let's break it down very simply. First one is how to break the income plateau. There are two important things you need to remember under this. First is leverage work, and the second is hard work, compounding hard work. Leveraged work is simple. We have this entrepreneur called Varun Maya who has been recently posting a lot of interesting videos on his YouTube channel, talking about how to lead a team, how to build a business, how to use AI systems. Now that video holds, let's say, 7 out of 10 value. But for me, it's 10 out of 10 value because I have built a leverage around it. How does that work? You, a random stranger watching Varun Maya's video, might learn a lot of things and might feel amazing about it. I, on the other hand, will learn those same things but can execute on it in my business because over the past 1.5 years, I've built a very strong business which has given me the ability and the leverage to execute everything I learn on the internet. That is leverage. Second leverage I have is the fact that I've personally worked with him for 9 months. So I understand his style of communication. I know how he generates lead. I know how much assets he have. I know how much cash flow he generates. So I have a lot of insights and context which gives me the leverage to make more use of his value. And that is called leveraged work. Any work you do, make sure it builds leverage. And Alex Hermosi talks about this really well. A lot of times people are scared of failing. They do something, they fail, and then they give up. But that's not how failing works. When you fail at something, you might not make money, but you get +1 experience. You do another thing, +1 experience. You do another thing, +1 experience. Over time, you keep gaining experience, even though you might not gain money. After 5, 10, 15 levels of experience, whatever you do will hold much more value to you because you've got so many years of experience. And that's exactly how my business works. I've been running my business for 1.5 years. Now when I consume Alex Hermosi's content, Varun Maya's content, I'm not just able to learn these things, but actually execute it with my team as well. So you need to make sure whatever work you do, it builds leverage over time and not just give up because you're failing at it, because you're not making any money off of it. So leverage work is very important to break the plateau of your income level. Second thing is compounding effort. Make sure whatever work you do compounds over time. This YouTube channel, I'm making content. I post 2 videos a week. It's a lot of effort, but I'm making 0 rupees off of it. I know 3 years later, this YouTube channel will compound and give me a very strong distribution channel. I can become a live streamer. I will have a voice. I can sell my own products. I can build my own community. I can use this YouTube channel as a lead flow system for a new company I might start. There's a lot of leverage that I build off of it. So when you want to break your ceiling, your income ceiling, it's very important for you to do leveraged work and compounded hard work. You combine these things together, it's often quite easy to break your income ceiling. Second thing is, how do you make sure that your skill level, which is very high, matches the amount of income you're making? Oftentimes, a lot of beginners might learn video editing, graphic designing, motion graphics, UI UX design. They learn a lot of skills because they understand that stacking skills are very important. But then their income just stays at the bottom. They're not able to cross 40,000-50,000 rupees a month. They're stuck at 2-3 lakhs a month. They're stuck at 10-15 lakhs a month. They want to make 40 lakhs a month, 1 CR a month. How do you do that? That's where you use the idea of solving bigger problems. This is something a lot of beginners tend to forget. When they stack skills, you now have the ability to stack your problems as well. Don't solve a simple problem with a high leverage skill. The more skills you build, solve bigger problems. For example, I have a bunch of skills. I have a strong lead gen system. I produce content. I have a distribution channel. I communicate well. I have business acumen. Combining all these things together, I'm not solving basic problems. I'm solving big problems for big brands and getting them a lot of revenue and scaling together. Because I'm solving bigger brands' problems, I'm able to make bigger money as well. Bigger the problems you solve, the more money you make. And to be able to solve bigger problems, you need to have bigger skills. That is how you stack skills. So the next time you're confused on why am I able to develop so many skills, I'm working so hard, but my income is just plateaued there. That's because you're solving the wrong problem. The more the skills, solve bigger the problems. So we're clear about 2 things. Number 1, hard work, and that is compounded hard work and leveraged work. Second thing is the fact that you need to solve bigger problems with more skills you have. And finally, mindset. Now, mindset is something people tend to forget or ignore because they think they already have it, or they think this is something I can, ignore or leave it for later, and I will just will myself into it. I'll just hustle my way out of it. That's not how it works, guys. You cannot have the mindset of making $5,000 a month and then try to make $5,000 a month. You need to have the mindset of making 1 CR a month, 5 CR a month. Have big mindsets, have big goals, big dreams. When you have bigger problems and bigger dreams that you have to solve, and you start thinking backwards on how to solve it, you realize, okay, that's how you actually do it. Now, when I want to make $10,000 a month, I have two, three options, right? Get 5 clients for $2,000 a month, or get 10 clients for $1,000 a month. The way my system works is very different. Or get one big client for $10,000 a month. These are three different systems. I can pick one and go all in on it. But when I want to make $100,000 a month, the entire system changes. The way I get there is very different. And in the process of getting there, I learn a lot of things. That's how mindset works. Every single time I talk to someone who eventually makes a lot of money or who is already making a lot of money, that person tends to have a mindset where they think with big numbers. They don't think with small numbers. They think in $1 million. They think in hundreds of thousands of dollars. They don't think in like 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs a month, 10 lakhs a month. No, they think like 100 lakhs a month. That's how they operate. That's how they work. Now, how do you build this mindset? Well, first thing is, if you're already running a business and you're capped out, you've already solved the problem of leverage work, compounded work, you have high skills, you're solving big problems, and you're still not able to scale your revenue, I would recommend you to take a pause. Take a pause and spend time with people who make a lot of money and see how their mindset works. If you don't have these people around you, again, take a pause from your work and just take a breath. Take 3 days off, take 4 days off, and change your mindset. Understand that you're making, let's say, $10,000 a month and you want to get to $50,000 a month, $100,000 a month. What do you need to change in your business to get there? And actually change that. You can't be at $10,000 a month, wanting to make $100,000 a month, working in the same system and trying to get there. That will not get you there. How you go from 0 to 1 is not the same how you go from 1 to 2, 2 to 10. Every single thing has different systems, different processes. The fundamental line is, of course, you need good communication skills, you need to have the right mindset, hard work, but systems change. And to be able to unlock and understand these systems, you first need to change your mindset. So have the mindset of making a lot of money and breaking your income plateau. Break the income plateau by doing leveraged work and compounded hard work, along with making sure that you solve big problems with big skills. You combine these three things, you'll make a lot of money. Cheers.